Santa guy, I am going to kick his ass. He didn't give me that train.
Welcome to the All Things Fun Vidcast. It's for Glenn, it's a year without a Santa Claus. Welcome everybody. We're here talking about new books that released today, the day after Christmas, December 26, 2012.
Happy Boxing Day.
Boxing Day.
Yep, happy Boxing Day. So it's fun. So we've got a couple titles, not a big week this week. In the industry, it's known as a skip week because of there's shipping issues, difficulty to get a large amount of comics out. So we have a handful of cool comics, though, definitely worth the trip to check out. So this is a special show since we don't have as much stuff. My gift to Glenn is that we're going to let him spoil as many of these books as he would like. But not till the end. So we're going to talk about the books like we do normally, give you a little clue what's going on, why you should go to your comic shop, or in particular, All Things Fun, to pick them up.
All Things Fun, West Berlin, New Jersey.
That's right. Allthingsfun.net. And then, at the end, after we've talked about everything else, hang out and you can watch Glenn spoil all the books to his heart's content. Because I think it's his dream.
I'm not going to spoil any books. I'm not saying a word about any
He's going to sit there and read them to you like it's the Princess Bride. All right, so page one.
I'm Columbo now? What?
It's not me much.
I think you're getting a little upset.
All right, so
There's going to be more kissing.
Aw, no more kissing. All right, so who wants to open up?
Well, we have Justice League and Aquaman.
Cool.
Justice League.
Two great books.
And
Two
Aquaman.
great books that go great together, especially this
it's like
week.
an Oreo cookie.
Number 15 for both of them. Read Justice League first.
Justice League comes first.
This is the start of Throne of Atlantis. Yeah, there it is. Throne of Atlantis. It's a whole big thing. It's a whole big thing. It starts here and then it continues right away in Aquaman. I don't know how much you
double
can say.
shot.
It is the beginning of the Ocean Master story.
Yeah.
Which, kind of like we were introduced to Cheetah in Justice League, we're getting introduced to Ocean Master in Justice League. I'd rather see them introduced in Aquaman and in Wonder Woman respectively, but that's me.
So are we just going to talk about it and then come back?
Yep.
Okay. We'll talk about it first, like mention it, and then
Okay.
we'll come back
Like
and
we
do
would normally do.
spoilers and
There's
stuff.
also,
Also from DC.
before Watchmen number 4, Night Owl, JMS
Writing.
comic.
This is the end of that particular story.
Well, are we allowed to say anything about the story? I'm not going to spoil anything. It's a great, it is the end of the story, part 4. We have Night Owl and
Night Owl is in it?
Twilight Lady saving Rorschach
Okay.
from a very demented villain. I mean, we heard a lot about Twilight Lady in Watchmen, but we never saw her. We get to see the Rorschach Night Owl team, and we see Twilight Lady as well.
Nice.
Any spoilers there, or just...
No, you're good. You're
Okay.
good. That's good. All right.
Moving over to Marvel.
Sure. Nothing
Spider-Man,
to report this week.
Spider-Man 700.
Amazing
And
Spider-Man.
Avenging Spider-Man 15.1. Ooh, I'm not going to spoil it.
So you can just put that down.
This is the culmination of a year's worth of story from Dan Slott, who has been amazing. Not to be a pun, but really great writer on this book. This is the culmination of the story and the beginning of Superior Spider-Man next month.
This is the last issue of Amazing Spider-Man.
Pretty much you get an origin here, and you get motivation here. This was my pick last week when we shouldn't have talked about it.
So I tried
It
to
is
early.
still my pick. This is the best book out there this week.
And it's Avenging
Avenging
Spider-Man
15.1.
Oh, all kinds of goodness. A big gallery of covers in the back.
Yeah, there are actually
1
two.
through 700
There are two
cover gallery.
backups in 700. They're actually kind of amusing.
Cool. All
That's
right.
pretty cool. Okay, so we'll
Indies?
come back to that.
Yep.
We'll come back to that. In Indies, we have a story I talked about last week, which should come out this week. Shadow Special, number 1. The Shadow encounters a group of villains that may or may not be coming back in the series. Very good story. We learn the origin of one particular villain who's begun in World War I.
Cool.
Becomes a major foe. We have Crossed Badlands number 20 by Simon Spurrier and Raul Caceres.
It's bloody.
This is very bloody. There's a lot of intensive story in it, but when it gets bloody, when it gets gory, it gets really gory. As far as I'm concerned, when I see something really scary and gory, I have a new adjective. It's Spurrier.
It's very good.
Yeah. But Crust, great story. Scary story.
Scary, bloody.
Your only new graphic novel this week is the
Ooh.
Star Wars Omnibus Clone Wars Volume 3, the Republic Falls Collection.
Oh.
Yeah, these are a lot of great stories. As far as I'm concerned, this kind of saves the first 3 movies. These are things that should have been covered in the movies.
Episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, whatever we're calling them,
Well, if you say first 3 movies,
Jar
you have
Jar
to
years.
specify.
The ones that don't count.
yeah, the ones that shouldn't count. These are great stories that take place within that time period. And this particular volume falls right during, like before and during Revenge of the Sith, right as the Dark Times are kicking up. So it's kind of cool, lots of neat stuff going on. You see other Jedi generals, other battles, a lot of stuff going on here. So it's $24.99, big thick trade, and that comes out today as well.
I
Awesome.
see a giant Star Wars box over there.
You do. This is not comics. Actually came out end of last week, but with the holidays and stuff, it's easy to miss. This is the new Star Wars card game for Fantasy Flight Games. It's a living card game. That means it's a
Living.
special format. Living. Well, we like it because it's not collectible. Yeah, and it needs air. Yeah, so in other words, you pick up this box and everything you need to play is in here. It's a real cool system. It's fun. It's fast. There's an element that allows you to construct the decks, but it's not so complicated that you have to look at every single card's interaction with other cards. It's modular, so you're picking out groups of cards.
Okay.
So everything you need for 2 players is in here, but then each month they're going to come out with a little pack, and it's just a little deck of cards, and it's static. You can look on the internet, and you'll know exactly what cards are in there. You can decide if you want that or not. It's $15. And or $19, depends on the set and what's in there. And then each month you get one of those, and you can decide whether you want them or not. But that's it. There's no chasing cards, no crazy rares, no I got to buy 1,000 packs to get this card.
You buy the set, that's it.
Yeah, you
Boom.
buy a little expansion, that's it. You're
And you
done.
don't need to buy the set.
Nope. Everything you need to play forever and ever and ever is inside this box.
Nice.
Excellent.
But if you want to expand it, you start playing a lot, you can absolutely do that. So it's a lot of fun. It's very cool. And it's not the first place to do that. There's lots of other living card game formats, but this is the first time it's been done for Star Wars. Very exciting. We have it here at All Things Fun. Come check it out.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, well, this is the portion of the show.
All Things Fun, West Berlin, allthingsfun.net.
Oh, he's a good man.
It's
You know,
very quiet though. It may not have picked that up.
that's true. See, we should actually learn sign language or have one of those women all over our head who
Allthingsfun.net,
can actually
West
do
Berlin,
it.
New Jersey.
There you go.
Or like the Saturday Night Live for the hearing impaired. All
All
things
Things
fun.
Fun.net.
So, our Christmas gift to Glenn is now.
What? No.
It's
The
the
show-
spoiler segment.
This is it.
Do you want me to say what's going on?
You know you want to.
You know you want to. You've been itching for.
Well, no, okay. People who have been reading Spider-Man know what's happening.
Yes.
Otto Octavius is dying. He's been dying for quite some time. Let's say
Here come
about
the
6
spoilers.
months now.
This is it. Turn it off. You don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
If you don't want to know, we're done. Thanks for coming. Allthingsfun.net. If you do want to know, stick around.
He switches bodies.
Dun dun.
And then
Hilarity ensues. Oh wait, no, this is not
He
a
kills
comedy
him.
movie.
Parker's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Hideous.
Octavius's body dies with Parker's
Yeah.
consciousness trapped inside.
So
it,
that,
right?
what that means is Superior Spider-Man is Otto Octavius.
It's Peter Parker's body as Spider-Man with Octavius's consciousness inside it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But, as I said, you find out what happens in Amazing Spider-Man 700. You find out the real origin and the motivation and the what to, how to's and everything in Avenging Spider-Man 15.1. This is the origin story. This is the with great power comes responsibility story right here. This is the awesome book. So get 700, but definitely get Avenging 15.1. Because I think Superior Spider-Man is going to be so cool.
Yeah.
I know Ed has said that
So-
Parker's gone. You know it's going to be back.
Well,
You-
yeah,
you know he's
they
coming back.
can't kill off Peter Parker. They just can't.
But I think the storytelling possibilities here
So you've
are
got
amazing.
Octavius, who's totally a bad guy, and will he battle in his brain with what Peter Parker has left him
Here-
in his
here's what you
brain
have.
to
Okay.
say, do I do the right thing or do I not do the right thing?
We have seen that Dr. Octopus knows who Peter Parker is.
Right. Well,
He
there's the whole
knows-
thing about access to memories.
We
and
know
stuff like
the whole secret identity thing. And what he does is he looks at Parker's life and he goes, what a wasted potential. I'd like to kick this kid's butt. And it turns him around. I'm going to take advantage of this power.
But advantage in a good way?
In
or
a good way.
advantage in a bad way?
I think we're going to see a better Spider-Man. I mean, I think the word superior is important.
Better than Peter Parker.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the whole tagline.
And you can email him at.
He will be a superior Spider-Man.
See, I don't know.
Well, and but the word superior, though, does have connotations of...
He is still Doc Ock.
Of dictatorship and, you know, has negative connotations. You know, superior being better than, but ruling over.
You know what?
Better than, but not good in a Superman kind of way.
Well, I think he's going to be better at it. And
Okay.
the thing that's got me excited is, remember when the Hulk first turned gray? Decades and decades ago. You wanted to see this smarter,
Really?
meaner Hulk fight his old foes.
There's Glenn. We don't remember.
Welcome back.
Well, okay. The first time the Great Hulk comes upon the Rhino's like, "Oh, dumb Hulk, I can beat you," and he just tricks him and beats him horribly. And you're like, "Oh my God, I want to see this guy fight the other people he's run into before because he remembers."
Okay.
I want to see Dr. Octopus as Spider-Man come across the rest of the Rogues Gallery.
All the rogues
People that
he's
Octopus
known.
has had
Right.
access to, has fought with, you know, that
And
kind
now
of
I
thing.
can take them all out because I know their
I
weaknesses.
know what they can do, I know what to do and what not to do.
So that's still not really using the power for
That's right.
good. It's
I
really
think
using it for
but you know what, I think he is going
sneaky
to, I think he
revenge.
is going to use it for good. I think he is, because he cares about Parker, he cares about his aunt.
You know
I
what?
think
This
he's
is
gonna
gonna be
do.
this is gonna be weird. I don't. It's like Freaky Friday. I don't like this at all. I gotta tell you, I see what you're saying. You got to read Amazing Spider-Man 700. I was really upset when it ended. Like it did the job.
Oh, it's very emotional.
because the perspective changes. This is from the perspective of Peter Parker, and he dies
It goes back and forth
in the end of this
inside.
book. Yeah, a little bit, but in the end, we're with Peter when he dies.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, wow, that's not fair. This guy has had he's been dealt a rough hand, and he doesn't win in the end.
I like that Octavius doesn't think he's had a rough hand. I think he's been given
no,
a gift.
That's not
and
so
he's
here.
wasted it.
That's this book.
Yeah.
That's where this happens. Then you have the perspective change, where okay, now we need to like this guy, because that's what we have. You
Now,
know?
here's the
Boundless
question.
ambition.
How long do you think this will go on?
1 year.
Let's take that. A year? I'll
As
give
long
it a
as
year.
people buy it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like Dan Slott. Like I think he's a great guy. He's a great writer. I personally enjoy it when he, I think he's fun. And I said, he stirred up emotions. So that's a
Yeah.
win right there, right? But if we're spoiling stuff, then let's just spoil it. But that said, I have to admit, I'm shocked that we're on different sides of this. I thought I would have to cheerlead for you.
What?
That you enjoyed this, and I like
don't.
that you
I
did,
don't
but-
want to see Parker die. Okay, I don't want to see that. But I really enjoyed reading these two books.
Nice.
This was a terrific read. These are the two books this week you have to buy. And I'm not just pitching here. I
Yeah.
mean, seriously, these are two really well written books. And it's Christopher Yost in Avenging Spider-Man.
Yeah.
From the Avengers TV series. So it's not Slott here.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
and also a good writer in his own right. And let's be honest, they let some stuff slip, right? Last week's Daredevil, we saw the new Spider-Man
yeah.
at the end, and that was a weird,
That
thing,
was the first time we see him, and that was quite a shock.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because essentially one of Daredevil's friends reaches out to Spider-Man for some help because they're concerned that he's lost his way, and the new Spider-Man misinterprets that.
It's like, will you take care of Daredevil? Daredevil, he's like, take care of?
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. This police officer asked me to take out take out Daredevil. You're like, no, you don't quite get it. But it's the new Spider-Man you see for the first time. And that
I
was a
have the
little
power,
freaky.
I can do that.
Yeah, he's like, no problem, I'm on it.
Yeah.
And of course, Octavius does have a past with Daredevil as well.
Right.
He might take
That's
this
not-
Now,
along
is that
with a
because he
grudge.
still thinks like a bad guy somewhere in there?
Right,
Yeah.
well, that's the thing. Yes, he can go after all those bad guys that he knows and has worked with.
Yes.
But he even says in here, because I'm smarter and I have this boundless ambition. Like, yeah, okay, so where does that stop? Like, yeah, I can also take out all the good guys I've battled with in the past, and I can't stand them.
I don't know.
I don't like them.
Just the bits with
So I
Mary
can mess with
Jane,
that.
Jane kind of say he's a bad guy.
Right, but yeah, he
That
wants to get in
makes
her
my
pants
skin
That's
too.
crawl.
creepy.
Yeah.
That's creepy now.
Exactly.
Yeah. he's
Not
got-
now, woman.
Yeah. and then
Talks
later.
like that. Yeah, come on, and honestly, as a girlfriend of a superhero, if their personality changes, it's just one of those things like you're ready for, right? If their personality changes so much, he's suddenly talking like a mad evil genius. Wouldn't that send off a red flag in your brain that
Yeah.
something's not right?
Wasn't that
here?
one of the possible scenarios you were prepared for?
Don't they have a training class?
See, now, you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about when you're really dating in the real world, it's like, he's not returning my messages.
Right,
In,
but-
in the Marvel universe, it's like, he called me woman. Did he switch personalities with a villain?
Right.
Right, like they're getting back together, they're having this romantic moment on the couch, he's giving her favorite everything, wine, movie, whatever, and they're all lovey-dovey, and then a warning sign, a clack, rank, 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 goes off on the computer. Not now, woman! Wouldn't that be like, okay, wait, you're not Peter.
You're being too nice to me.
You're hotter. No.
Although
I kind of like it. No, it's like, you're not, like,
I like how you started that conversation as the girlfriend of a superhero, like you were one, you know. Because let me tell you, girlfriend. It's like, all right, you go.
because I've
MJ.
sent my husband to the training class. He's
MJ,
got to
you
know that
switch
when my
personalities.
personality changes, it means that I switch bodies with my arch
There's a
nemesis.
problem, exactly.
You just got to know these things. I mean, Lois, all right, not for
Superhero
nothing, but
girlfriend
Lois
101.
Lane totally would have known if he was having some red K, you know, going on.
That's true, although you make it sound like it's a drug you get from a veterinarian. But okay.
We're talking about MJ. She's
Squirts
a model.
red. True.
Well,
Yeah.
not very bright.
No.
I
I
don't
guess
know.
that's the argument.
I don't read it very often, but I know enough that
I'm sorry.
they
I
have a
know
history.
you.
She should
I know
know.
you like Parker, but I mean, he's not that bright with girlfriends. Gwen Stacy was with Norman Osborn. Come on. She's not a prize. If he had known that at the time, he would have pushed her off the bridge, and you know it.
Certainly superior Spider-Man would push her off the bridge. So is there anything else we want to wreck? While we're here,
Do we want to talk about Aquaman and Justice League?
Oh, right, yeah. So this is the start of what's supposed to be a really big deal crossover, and go with Spider-Man this week. Go ahead and buy these because you're going to need to know what's going on, but they're not as compelling a story, I found. Okay, so spoilers again. So Atlantis had this plan. If they were ever attacked from the surface world for real, they had made out this plan about how to retaliate, and it includes sinking cities to begin with. Didn't we see that in Flashpoint? Okay, so it's they started big tidal waves, but it's hinting at possibly a grander conspiracy. But we have to stop Atlantis. They're sinking some cities.
you guys are out of your mind. This is great.
There's
See, in Justice League and Aquaman, what I liked was the interplay between Batman and Aquaman,
Well,
and the interplay between Superman and Wonder Woman, believe it or not.
yeah, they're on a date, dinner date.
Yeah.
yeah, this looks great.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
what
this-
I liked. All right, last
and
year.
Volko throwing Superman across the room, that was cool.
All right, sure. Lots of fun little moments that were all over the map. What I liked when they started Justice League in the New 52 is Jeff Johns was able to take his time to tell the stories, and he told really good stories. Like okay, then we got action, but we got slices of life, and we got to take our time and understand who these people are and what's going on. These two books have so much crap crammed into them that I'm kind of left like, wow. All
Here's
right.
some of that crap right there.
I kind of don't care. I mean, it's good, and I want to like it because I'm DC girl, and I love these characters, and I like these books. But it was, wow, just a lot thrown at us all at once. Like they told him, you got this much time to cram this big story that you want to tell, and you got no more books to do it in.
Well, yeah, there's like 24 pages, and that includes ads, and you had all those cool moments. Like,
But it's
You know
it's a
what?
crossover
I
event.
like-
So if
I
they
like
had
this
given him
better than
enough
last
time, then he
storyline.
can take some time with that. I don't know.
I like it better than the last storyline with Graves.
yeah, so far I do too.
Yeah, there's more action.
I do too. And DC, please don't
More
listen
mirror.
to Allison. Don't slow it down. Because then we'll get
Yeah.
86 issues.
No, it's just a little more space. Maybe.
It was what, a year and a half fighting Darkseid once, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is great pacing.
I like the storytelling. There's so much happening in here. I don't know.
And
Maybe
you know
it's
what?
the way it was plotted that I don't like. I'm
On
not
the-
quite sure yet.
On one of the covers, we actually get Shazam on the cover.
He's still in the backstories. The backstory, the backup. He's still trying to figure out what to do with this big body and the big powers, and he's robbing banks and stuff.
Great Gary Frank art.
Yeah, very cool. Let's think about it, guys. A skip week. You don't have a lot of books, but you got
6
some great
books and you
stuff
still
here.
hit 20 minutes.
Right. It's amazing.
Yes.
So we did, like, so it's gonna be a shorter show, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
These are your two books
Don't
this
get me
week?
wrong, Justice League and Aquaman are two of the biggest books in DC, and they are good.
I say these are your 2 books this week.
Right.
So these are your 4 books this week. Pick them all up because
Yeah.
there's not that many out there. So
So
you're in really good shape.
Spidey and Atlantis and by Star Wars, the card game.
That's right.
It's organic or is it living? It's the same thing.
Yes, it's a living card
Carrot
game.
feeding, don't feed it after midnight.
And remember, kids, don't read cards.
And that's very bloody.
All
Sorry.
right. So
I
there we
opened
go.
up to one page that was.
So there you
Oh, why?
So we're already at 20 minutes.
Already at 20 minutes?
Yeah, so we were going to end the
And
show.
Santa still
Stop,
didn't give me
stop.
it.
So thank you very much.
So thanks so much, guys. For a full list of comics, you can hit our website, allthingsfun.net.
Allthingsfun.net.
That's right, allthingsfun.net. Come on down to the store, bring your Christmas gift cards, kiddies, pick up Star Wars, and see what's going on here at the store, allthingsfun.net. We'll see you next week.
West Berlin, New Jersey. Across from the shop, right?